All right, settle in, my friends, because today we're peeling back another layer of the human heart, venturing into the subtle currents that either draw people closer or, sometimes, without us even realizing it, push them away. We're talking about words, yes, but not just any words. We're talking about the silent power they hold, the unseen messages they convey, especially when it comes to the intricate dance of relationships, of attraction, of that profound journey we call personal growth. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll look at your own language and the language of others with a whole new depth of understanding. Have you ever felt it? That faint whisper of unease after you've spoken, a sense that perhaps you've revealed too much, or in the wrong way. It's a common human experience, this vulnerability that sometimes slips through our carefully constructed facades. We all crave connection, companionship, that resonance with another soul. It's a fundamental human need, as Jung often spoke of, this drive toward individuation, toward becoming whole, which often involves our interactions with the world around us. But there's a delicate balance, isn't there? A profound distinction between genuine desire and a subtle, almost imperceptible, air of desperation. And it's those subtle cues, those almost invisible threads, that we're going to unravel today, because there are 4 words, seemingly innocuous, entirely commonplace, that can, in certain contexts, unintentionally broadcast a message you absolutely do not want to send. They are the quiet saboteurs of attraction, the hidden architects of distance. And once you understand them, once you see their true nature, you'll be empowered to choose your words with a newfound wisdom, a depth that radiates confidence and true self-possession. Let's dive into the first one, a word so common, so interwoven into our daily vocabulary, that its true impact often escapes us. And that word is need. Think about it for a moment. I need you. I need a relationship. I need someone to understand me. It sounds innocent, even heartfelt, doesn't it? We've been conditioned to associate need with intensity, with deep feeling. But when you truly dissect it, what does need imply? It implies a void, a lack, an incompleteness that can only be filled by an external source. Jung, in his profound explorations of the psyche, often spoke of the anima and animus, the unconscious feminine and masculine within us, and the journey toward integrating these internal opposites. True wholeness, he argued, comes from within, not from external validation. When you say I need you, you are, in essence, saying, I am not whole without you. You are placing the burden of your emotional fulfillment onto another person, a weight that is almost impossible to bear. And let me tell you, that weight, however subtly expressed, can be a heavy one. It transforms what could be a beautiful, reciprocal connection into a dependency, a subtle plea rather than a confident offering. Consider the alternative. Instead of I need you, what if you said, I choose you? Or, I deeply value you? Or, I find profound joy in your presence? Do you feel the shift? It's seismic, isn't it? Choose implies agency, autonomy, a conscious decision to engage, not from a place of deficit, but from a place of abundance. It speaks of a soul that is already complete, yet desires to share its fullness with another. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, understood this deeply when he said, if a man is great, he wishes to have a friend, but if he is a friend, he does not wish to have a need for him. True connection flourishes not from necessity, but from a deliberate, joyful election. This isn't about cold independence. It's about mature interdependence. It's about radiating, a quiet strength that says, my happiness doesn't hinge on you, but my happiness is amplified by you. Now, let's move to the second word, a cousin to need, yet with its own insidious undertones. This word is only, as in, you're the only one who understands me. Or, if only I had someone like you. Or, you're my only hope. Again, it seems like a declaration of singular devotion, doesn't it? A testament to how special the other person is. But let's look closer. Only carries with it a sense of desperation, a narrowness of vision, a lack of alternative. It suggests that your world would crumble without this specific person, that your happiness is solely dependent on their presence. This is where the shadow of the self, that part of us Jung spoke of, can emerge, manifesting as insecurity. When you say only, you might unwittingly be communicating that you have limited options, that your life is barren without this particular connection. It can feel like a trap, rather than an invitation. True attraction, true connection, is built on a foundation of freedom and genuine appreciation, not on a feeling of being the sole source of someone's well-being. Instead of only, what if, you expressed the unique quality of their impact without the desperate undertone. Your understanding is truly exceptional. Or, I cherish the unique way you connect with me. Or, I feel a profound and rare connection with you. Notice the difference. It elevates the other person without diminishing yourself. It acknowledges their unique value while maintaining your own inner sovereignty. It's about being attracted to their light, not being blinded by it. It implies a rich inner world that chooses to share its landscape with another, rather than a barren one that needs to be populated. The third word we need to confront, a word that often slips out in moments of vulnerability, is always, as in, I'll always be here for you, no matter what. Or, I always mess things up. Or you always make me feel better. While the first example might seem admirable, a declaration of loyalty, it can, in certain contexts, carry an unspoken demand. And the latter two examples are clear indicators of a lack of self-belief. The word always often carries with it a burden of expectation, a lack of nuance, an absoluteness that can feel overwhelming. In relationships, always can imply a pressure to reciprocate that unwavering commitment, even if it hasn't been explicitly requested. It can feel like an unspoken contract rather than a freely given act of affection. And when applied to oneself, I always mess up or I always fail is a profound self-limiting belief that Jung would argue prevents individuation, the integration of all parts of the self, including our imperfections. It's a statement of resignation, not growth. Instead of the sweeping, often unrealistic, always try a more grounded, present-focused approach. I am here for you, or I intend to be there for you, or I am working on myself. For self-reflection, I sometimes struggle with this, and I'm learning. For expressing care, my commitment to you runs deep. These phrasings are more authentic, more manageable, and less likely to create an unspoken pressure or betray an underlying insecurity. They reflect a mature understanding of human nature, which is fluid and evolving, rather than fixed and absolute. It's about offering a hand, not forging chains. It's about acknowledging your own path of growth, not resigning yourself to a perceived fate. And finally, the fourth word, a word that, in its subtle way, can reveal a deep-seated fear of rejection, a lack of self-worth. This word is just. Think about it. I just wanted to say hi. I just thought I'd check in. I'm just wondering if you're busy. It's often used as a softener, a way to minimize the perceived impact of your presence, to make yourself smaller, less intrusive. But what it really does is diminish your own value. When you preface your thoughts or actions with just, you are, in essence, apologizing for existing, for taking up space. You are signaling that you believe your message, your presence, or your desire for connection is insignificant, even bothersome. This is a subtle yet profound act of self-effacement. And while humility is a virtue, self-effacement can project insecurity, a lack of confidence in your own worth. Jung taught us that the individuation process involves embracing our true selves, shadow and light, and presenting that authentic self to the world. Minimizing yourself is a step away from that authenticity. Instead of just, simply say what you mean, with clarity and confidence. Hello, checking in, are you busy? The removal of just immediately transforms the statement from an apology into a direct, confident communication. It signals that you value your own time and the other person's, and that your communication is purposeful, not a tentative intrusion. It communicates a quiet self-assurance that says, my presence is not a burden, it is a choice. It's about standing tall in your own space, even when reaching out to connect. It's about understanding that your desires are valid, and your voice deserves to be heard, without qualification. So, my friends, these four words, need, only, always, and just, are not inherently evil. They are tools in our vast linguistic toolbox, but like any tool, their impact depends on how they are wielded, and in what context. When used unconsciously, particularly in the realm of relationships and attraction, they can subtly betray a sense of desperation, a lack of inner grounding. The journey toward attracting meaningful connections, toward experiencing profound personal growth, is not about trickery or manipulation. It is about becoming the most authentic, integrated version of yourself. It's about cultivating that inner strength, that profound self-possession, that radiates a quiet confidence, an inner light that naturally draws others who resonate with genuine depth. Carl Jung's wisdom constantly reminds us that the external world is often a reflection of our internal landscape. If we truly believe we are whole, complete, and valuable, our language will naturally reflect that. We will speak from a place of choice, of abundance, of respectful engagement, rather than from a place of scarcity or quiet pleading. This isn't about being cold or unfeeling. It's about being deliberate. It's about choosing words that empower you, and in doing so, empower the connections you forge. It's about understanding that true attraction isn't about being needed, but about being desired for the unique, complete individual that you are. It's about the profound magnetic pull of a soul that knows its own worth and extends an invitation, not a plea. So, I invite you to reflect, listen to your own words, listen to the words of others, and begin to see the subtle, yet powerful, messages they carry. This is a journey of self-awareness, a path toward mastering not just your language, but your very being. If this resonated with you, if it stirred something within your own depths, then I invite you to like this video, to share it with someone who might benefit from this conversation, and to subscribe to this channel. Because here, we don't just talk about relationships. We explore the very architecture of the soul, the profound wisdom that lies within us all, waiting to be discovered. Join me as we continue to unlock the secrets of a life lived with intentionality, with depth, and with a profound sense of self. Until next time, nurture your inner world, and let its abundance guide your words.